All right, what's up? We're here today with Case the Ace, right? That's how you say it.
Yeah, what's up, Twisted? How you doing, bro?
Not too bad. Pretty weird fucking day today. I have to say, did quite a few interviews in a row. Some of them got taken down. This one probably won't, but yeah, fucking weird one.
Bro.
So
But and you were saying from Canada?
yeah, how about you? Where you're located?
I'm from Jersey.
Okay.
I was born in Trenton, New Jersey, which is the capital. But I got family like north, south, central, like all over Jersey type shit.
Yeah, because you were telling me the other day that you were traveling around doing a couple different things in different states, right? Like,
Yeah, bro. I just got back from Arizona, from Phoenix.
okay, what was the plan down there? You just making moves like with rap, or you just making just
Yeah, for sure. I had met this promoter out there a couple years back when I went there for a show. And he's super cool. He had told me to pull up on him. He had some shit going on. So I pulled up over there. Yeah, just networking, bro. Just doing different music shit. Like I had a bunch of like studio sessions I went to. Had a lot of content like videos, trillers, all types of shit. Networking. I met some cool people and shit. Definitely worth the trip, bro. It was nice as hell out there, and the weather wise, you feel me? Like in December, having it be like 65, 70, bro. I was living good for sure.
yeah, because like Jersey's like right at the north of America, and then Arizona's right at the south, right? So it's like complete opposite. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
for
fucking
sure, bro. I'm not really fucking with the cold. Like it's not even my season, so anytime I can jump up out of here, man, I'm going to the warm weather for sure.
yeah. I've been talking to some artists from Arizona, and they say like it's nice that it's hot, but then it's like hot all the time, and it's like that desert weather. And they get the dust devils and shit, so it's like yeah, good and bad. Probably get earthquakes down there too. I bet.
Like, who's the artist from Arizona you be chopping up?
Have you heard of the Morgue? It's like it's not City Morgue. It's like Morgue with the three. There's Tone Just Died, Brash Tag. Like they're all trap metal artists. They're all down there. That's mostly who I've been communicating with. All different members of that group. I think they're pretty dope.
Oh, for sure. No, I gotta tune in. I don't really know them for real.
Yeah, they're kind of on the come up. They've done shows with Wi-Fi's Funeral and Dirty Butt and stuff like that. That's kind of their scene. They say they're really trying to get shit going in Arizona because they say right now Arizona doesn't really have its own musical like voice. Really, it's just kind of they're taking shit from like just California rap more so because I guess California's right around there. So
Yeah, it's like a couple hours.
yeah, so they're kind of just want to make their own style in Arizona and get Arizona its own thing, and it's like yeah, I guess that's true. It's kind of interesting to see like wow, it was how is it in like New Jersey? I would imagine it's a lot of New York influence.
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like Jersey's underrated. Like, I don't know. I feel like people be hating on Jersey for real. Like,
You guys
I
got
feel
Fetty
like it's
Wap.
harder to break that Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think right now New York has the whole drill scene
Hmm.
and everything like going with that, which is kind of working for them. But yeah, I feel like Jersey's definitely underrated. There's a lot of talent in Jersey that kind of gets kind of shadowed. I'm trying to kind of get that shit breaking into like just have shit moving.
Because you probably see like a lot of the artist trajectory, what like from where you're around, probably they just go straight to fucking New York just to be like, all right, that's where the music is. They probably don't stick in Jersey that long because I'm trying to think. The two that I could think off the top of my head is like Fetty Wap and like Skinny from the Nine, but I would imagine he's not a favorable artist for Jersey.
I don't really know him, but I know like some of his people. Me and him actually work with the same camera crew, Upstate Groove. I don't know if you heard of them, but
No, but makes sense. It seems like a lot of people. Jersey must be a very tight music scene. Because I remember when I made that skinny video, everybody, like, there's so many people that just hit me up. They're like, I'm from Jersey. I know somebody who knows them. I know somebody who knows them. Like, everybody seems they got some connection to them. So,
yeah, for sure.
yeah. So, so you think that, would that be somebody that you would work with, or you just kind of like, you don't think much of them?
I mean, I don't really know him for real. I know he was definitely doing his thing, um, like the last few years and all of that. I mean, like we could see, if we chopped it up and like I thought he was cool or whatever. Like
Hmm.
I'm always down to create and make music, but it would just have to kind of feel right. Like I'm kind of big on working with people that like I actually like fuck with
Hmm.
as like a person kind of thing. Like I'm more into that than just trying to get a song with someone who's popping just because they're popping or whatever. Like I want it to be more genuine, like real, like
Yeah.
some actual shit to it. You know what I'm saying?
People you really like their music, like you wanted to make sense for the song. You're not the type of artist where it's just like, because that happens a lot. Like big artists will get songs with like other artists where it's like it just doesn't even make sense. Like it doesn't fit. They shouldn't probably make music together because it's just the styles are too drastic.
And like it's like fake, like it looks a little forced. You know what I'm saying? And like I get it because some labels will put it together, or like it might just be like management that links it up. So I mean, if you hustling and you trying to just move around, like I get it, but I just try to make sure all my shit like feels right, like before, during, after, like it just flows natural. Like I ain't really trying to force anything.
Yeah, because you can't. You're probably not best friends with every single person you ever make a song with, but you want there to be some sort of like natural connection. So
Yeah,
it seems like you guys get
yeah,
along. Yeah, makes
yeah,
sense.
absolutely, no, 100%.
Yeah. So I know when you messaged me, you said like I got to get an interview. I have a story to tell, and you really like you said like you want to come here like to tell it. So like if you mean more so like just like your artist story, do you have like something that just like recently happened that's like a big thing you want to tell the world?
Yeah, nah, bro, pretty much just like all this music stuff that's been going on. I appreciate you like just locking in and shit, cause I've been really trying to like have like a sit down, like just kind of a conversation podcast for a while.
Hmm.
Um, and I just wanted to make sure it was like the right timing and shit like that. And like I've had some different blogs and shit like reach out, but like it just didn't go through just like off timing and stuff like that. But I was watching some of your YouTube shit, bro. I fuck with that. I was watching some of your videos, and then I saw that you were saying you do interviews and shit. So I was like, yo, I'm about to tap in with it, bro. Like his shit's cool. So
Hmm.
yeah, no, I appreciate you like just like getting this shit going. But um yeah, bro. I mean, I've really been doing music for a while. Like I started making music in 2015.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn. So you've been at
so
it
I
a
was
long
like
time.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like like I don't really know how much you looked at my catalog and shit. I'm not like super like just like on the scene type shit, but like I've been around for a minute. Like I've definitely been in like a lot of different rooms. Like I've been with a lot of certain people. Like there's a lot of people in the industry that I've chopped it up with that like I'm cool with and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of waiting for like a certain moment for me to really kind of get shit moving. So
Hmm.
this year I'm super excited, bro, because I'm really planning, I'm strategizing. Like, I'm feeling like really good coming into this year. Like I feel like 2023 was like my best year financially,
Hmm.
but this year is gonna be my best year like mentally, emotionally, and financially. Like I'm feeling super good, like super recharged, just like focused, locked in right now. Um, Basically, I have a bunch of songs that I've been just kind of stacking up. Um, work with my engineer in Atlanta,
Hmm.
and I feel like it's some of my best work for it. Like I got like five, six singles like ready right now. And I've been getting like videos for them and all types of stuff, but I have a bunch of other stuff just kind of ready too. So I'm kind of strategizing like marketing plans, videos, like all types of shit, and I'm like strategically planning it to like space it out, but the right way, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, and just kind of have it all like stack. And I'm just super confident that shit's about to go. So I'm just kind of excited for this year for real.
Hmm. So what like influenced you to originally get into music? Like, is there any particular artist that really stuck out to you?
Uh, yeah, a bunch for real. I mean, I've been fucking with like hip hop rap since like probably like '08, '09. Like I was like young as hell. I feel like Lil Wayne. I personally think he's the goat. That's just my opinion. But I was definitely like listening to him like when I was super young for real. Like he was probably one of the first artists that I was really tuning into. Like when he was dropping those like Carter albums and shit, I feel like those were smashing. Like every song on the Carter series were crazy.
Mm.
I would say Wayne, like Wayne, Two Chains, Big Sean, Kanye. Um, those are probably some early people for real. Um, but like I've always been around music though, bro. Like since I was like a little kid, cause my pops was in a band. He had a band and shit. He was making like blues, jazz type of music.
Okay, yeah.
So like I was like 1 years old and I had my moms bring me to shows and stuff like sit in front row. So I've just always been around music since I was like a little kid.
Mm.
Like growing up, like the crib was like a concert every day. Like just my dad had the music going crazy, like all types of stuff. So I was exposed to a lot of music like super young, like all types like reggae, jazz, blues, like rock, like psychedelic shit, like all types of music.
Yeah.
And like it was cool, bro, but like it wasn't like I didn't find the music, you know what I'm saying? So it almost felt a little like it was like what my dad wanted me to fuck with, which is like I get it, you know what I mean? But like I was just young, so I was like, yo, I gotta find my own shit.
Yeah.
Um, so I feel like I kind of just like found like hip hop, like on my own, like kind of thing, and just kind of gravitated towards it because I like found it, like so. I thought it was super cool.
Yeah. I find that funny that always like people will ask like, "Oh, what type of music did your parents listen to?" And it's like in most cases you're not gonna fuck with the music that your parents listen to because it's just like you said, it's just like it's what they like. You got to kind of find your own shit because that was similar to me. Like I didn't even really listen to music really until I was like 15, 16, and then I started to discover like hip hop. I'm like, all right, this is the shit that I like. I never like I listened to music, but it was just radio shit, and I was like, nothing really ever was like grab me the way that hip hop did, and I was like, damn, like the shit that people do with this music, you know what I mean? Because I always liked like what's it called? Like not psych, kind of like psychedelic, like you said. I like music, like with instruments and stuff. And then like when I seen hip hop combining that techno kind of stuff with the beats and the rapping on top of it, I was like, this is a crazy ass genre. Like,
Hell yeah. Nah, but I definitely appreciate that type of music like a lot more now. Like, you know, like a lot of the shit that my dad was trying to put me on and stuff. Like now I'm older, so I'm like, yo, like this shit's really solid. But I just feel like growing up, you know, I'm just young and shit, and I'm just like, yo, I wanna find my own stuff, um, for real. But yeah, no, I started making music like myself in like 2015. I was like 15. Yeah, I was like sophomore year of high school.
mm,
I was born in 2000, so I'm 23 right now.
yeah,
But I would say around that time, like that's when I started like smoking, drinking, like partying, like yeah, like I was like 15, like 14, 15. Um, I think the first time I tried to rap, I was at like one of my homies' cribs, and it was like one of those days that like where like the school is off, but like the parents still have work. Like you
yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
For like whatever it was. So like me and a couple of the homies had slid to his crib and we were smoking and shit. Um, and he had thrown on a like we were like smacked and he had thrown on a beat. Like he put some YouTube beat on.
yeah,
And he was like, "Yo, nigga, we're about to freestyle." And I was like, "Bet." Like I never tried that shit before, but I was like, "All right, fuck it."
yeah,
Um, and I was ass. Like you feel me? I was trash. But I fucked with it so much. So I had got home that night and like for whatever reason, I like told myself I was like, "Yo, like." I'm about to get nice at this. Like I'm about to get really good at this shit. And then I was thinking, I was like, I didn't know what to say next. Like that was like why I was like kind of tripping off it. So I was like, I'm gonna write my shit down. Like I'm thinking if I don't know what to say, I'm gonna write everything down and then I'm gonna have all my shit ahead of time and shit. So I just started writing like for real. I was just writing songs and shit. I just got addicted to that shit. Like that shit was so cool. Like I just got hooked. I would just find beats on YouTube and like write songs. I wrote like hella songs, like rapping in my room to myself and shit.
Yeah.
Um, and then like I would say 2016 is when I started like actually like recording and shit. I had a different homie that was kind of trying to make music too. His name is Shy Prophecy. If you look at my catalog, we've had like hella shit, for, like years and shit. Like we went viral on Instagram a couple times, and shit. But he had like the studio like at the crib, so he was like, "Yo, Case, like pull up and we can actually like make some music and shit." And I was like, "Oh, for sure." Um, so we had just pulled up and like just like recorded some shit, and like I like really fell in love with it now because I was like, "Oh shit, like this is super." I was just super into it. Like I just got hooked where I was like, I can like I just feel like it's cool to be able to create like your own kind of thing. You feel me? Like just be able to make it what you want to make it. So after I started recording, I was like 16. I never stopped, bro. Like I just got super hooked to it, bro. Never never stopped making music.
And it was all like SoundCloud. That's where you like initially started dropping all your music.
Yeah, that was like yeah, that was back like the SoundCloud wave was like crazy. So that yeah, I would say I started like dropping on SoundCloud maybe like 20 end of 2016, 2017.
Hmm.
But that shit was trash though. You feel me? Like I was like mad, like monotone, where like my shit was like level. So I took some time off and I was trying to figure out like how I should come with it. And then like 2018, I feel like I found my sound where I had made this song. It's called Diamonds Dancing. It's like the first song that I still have up on all my shit now.
Hmm.
It was like 2018. Um, and I just like went in the studio and like me and my mans were just having fun and like I just made that shit and it like wasn't monotone at all. Like it was like different flows and it was just like more fun and like hype. Um, and like I could just feel that it was something like different, like it was something for real, and like that shit was going around like my school a little bit, and people was like, oh, like, cause people used to like clown me and shit, cause like
Oh
I
yeah.
was trash or whatever. So like, and also I'm white, you feel me? So people were like, oh, like you're not allowed to rap, like type shit, you know? Like people were just like, nah, like stop rapping. Like I was like 15, 16, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but then like after I started making a little more music, like that was like one of the songs people were like, yo, like this shit's kind of tough, like for real. Um, and then like whatever, like that was like a big day when I made that song. Because like after I made that shit and I felt like I got out of that monotone shit and like found like a little sound, shit started like pouring out of me for real. Like I made like probably like 20 songs
Hmm.
in like a 2 week span that were all like no more monotone. Like I almost like found some shit, you know what I mean? Like something
Yeah.
like clicked. Like I found something
Found your sound. Yeah.
and I started some music, yeah, like type shit. But it was like that was like early 2018, bro. So that was when like SoundCloud was still popping crazy. That was when like fucking like Lil Pump was like at the height of his shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like artists like Smoke Perp, Comethazine, like that. Like 2018 was like the underground was crazy. Um,
And was that like kind
and then
of inspired? Like, is that kind of what inspired you? You're like, you see all these guys blowing off SoundCloud, or was it kind of like, because if you were rapping back in 2015, you would have kind of predated the, not necessarily SoundCloud, but like the big explosive like hype of SoundCloud was really, I would say, like 2017 is when it really popped off. Like you had Uzi and Yachty in 2016, but
yeah,
were, or was it just kind of like you always wanted to, you always enjoyed rap, but now it's like, oh, this can be an actual job now too. Like this can be.
yeah. It's like I mean, like for sure. I mean, I saw like Uzi and 21 and Yachty and Kodak. I saw them all like come up and shit. So I mean, yeah, just seeing like younger people like have fun with it, and like I was already doing it and I was having fun with it. It was just like rap just became even more of like a like popularity thing, and it was just a real like thing where you just see like all these kids like running with it, and I was doing the same shit. So I was just like, and I I like love the music shit. So I was just like, why would I stop doing this shit
Yeah.
for real?
And do you still find that's
Um,
like that's a problem? Like you still have issues with like people being like you're white rappers, so they're just kind of discounting you on that, or is that now not? It doesn't even matter anymore.
I mean, like there'll always be some people, but nah, like now it's a lot different. Yo, it's funny, bro, because I was just talking to my manager about this. I feel like different people have different reactions, right? So like, I'm not even trying to pull like a race card or like anything like that. I'm just thinking about it where like I've noticed like throughout the years, right? So it's like a lot of like white guys like be hating on my shit because for whatever reason I feel like I'm like them and like maybe they want to do it but don't have the confidence or like whatever the situation is. But like black guys be like fucking with my shit. Like people from just all over be like showing mad love, like just posting my shit, showing mad love. Um, but then black girls, I feel like some of them be hating too, because like I feel like they're like, oh, like he's white, boom, boom, boom. But then like white girls like be fucking with it crazy. So it's weird because I feel like
Weird.
different races and different genders have different perspectives on the shit. For real.
Yeah. It's all about
Um,
like the way you carry it in your like persona, because I feel like a lot of white rappers, it's just like that's kind of their thing. It's like I'm a white rapper, like you know what I mean, like that they put it so much in. And he just like I find that's like kind of Jack Harlow's thing lately, where it's just like like I'm a white rapper, like you know what I mean. He's like, or anybody like that. But I remember I'm like researching Ghostman right now, and it's like he was talking about in an interview. He's like, I'm a white rapper. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, like Ghostman is white, right? Shit, like I didn't even you don't even think about it with somebody like that because you're just like doesn't even come into your
yeah.
mind.
Bro, I feel like it's all about the music, bro. Like I feel like you just let like the music speak. Like fuck a race or fuck a name or fuck a religion or whatever the case is, bro. I just feel like you got to listen to the music or maybe the visuals or just the image or the energy or something like that. Or like I would just base that off of like just how an artist is put together. Like fuck all that like extra whatever kind of thing,
I think
like
I think that's why you see people like Childish Gambino and Kanye put out like albums that don't have any cover art because it's kind of like, oh, we just want you to take it for what it is, which is an interesting concept. But like as a new artist or anybody who's like trying to make it onto the scene, you couldn't just release music with no image attached to it because nowadays you need to sell yourself. It's like almost you have to sell yourself as the product even more so than the music. Like to get your foot in the door, people need to know who you are, what you're about, like. And in a way, it sucks because it's like then they're going to judge you. But if you don't give them anything, then they have nothing to grab onto. So
nah, that's a good point, bro. But yeah, so back to what we were saying before, like I felt like 2018 was kind of like when I found like a little sound. Like it was like that. I was making a lot of like ignorant, like turn up kind of hard bass, like just like rage type of music type of thing.
yeah,
Um, and that's when I started like taking it really serious in a sense where I started pushing my shit. I started shooting music videos, like having marketing budgets, like stuff like that. I mean, I was like shooting videos in like 2017, but like I took those shits down.
yeah,
Um,
just weren't good, or
but
you just don't stand by them, or
I just felt like once I found like my little sound, I wanted that to be like my first impression, like
yeah,
when I start really marketing my shit. So I just felt like the other shit was like just not what I wanted to like kind of have be like what's there when I start marketing because then people will think that's my shit. Like if that makes sense. Like I wanted to
yeah,
have like a fresh and like come with something that I actually like believed in.
because you can't
Um
control what song they're going to see first. So you want all of your songs to be a strong showing. Yeah,
type
makes a lot of
shit.
sense.
And like since I thought I found my sound, like back when I was like 17 or whatever, like I never took anything down from there. So if you look at my shit, like I have shit from like 2018 up, but like the shit that I was dropping like years before that, I just like privated that shit or whatever. Um, but yeah, bro. So I had started pushing my shit. I linked up with a camera crew, Upstate Groove. I think I said that a minute ago. They shoot with a lot of artists and shit. Like they shoot with Bobby Shmurda, Lil TJ, I think you said Skinny, PNB Rock, RIP him,
Yeah.
a lot of artists in the scene. But I had went to high school with those boys, so I knew them type shit like before I was even making music. And like they was mad cool, and then I had just kind of linked up with them to do some stuff. Um, and they showed mad love. I was fucking with them, and like since I shot my first video with them in like 2018, and like since then we've been like locked in. They do all my videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
That's nice to have a coherent vision like that too. Like consistent people.
yeah, like or yeah, shout out Jazzbo. He be like filming, but he's like the main like editor. Like he be all the effects and stuff. Shout out Al, Mook. Like, those boys are cool. And the first shit we dropped is this shit called Getting Bigger. It's like my first video still out on YouTube, and World Star Hip Hop had picked it up, but they picked it up on the on like the website, like you know, there's like a World Star Hip Hop
Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
I I thought that they was about to post it on the YouTube for real, because we had some connection with them, and they was like, yo, like we're gonna throw it up, and I was like, all right, bet. But they threw it up on like the website or whatever.
Yeah.
But so it got like a few thousand views. Like it wasn't anything crazy, but people like was fucking with that. And then I would say like the first shit that got me like a real like solid fan base. Like I'm not like super up by any means. Like I definitely have a lot to prove and shit, but
Yeah.
I'm very blessed. Like right now, bro, I have like 7,000 like real fans like around the world that really be tapping into my shit. Like messages me like all the time, like, yo, this song like help me do this, boom, boom, boom. Or
Yeah.
like that's like a blessing to be able to have people like globally like really fuck with your shit, like a few thousand solid people for real.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. Yeah.
but how I kind of got that fan base, bro, was I had dropped some shit to start 2019. This shit called Senorita. Um, you know that the Instagram page Rap,
Yeah.
like with Rap TV.
Hmm.
Funny, I actually met the founder of that page. He's super cool, but um, he has a second page called Bars. You know Bars.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Okay. So they had thrown up the snippet to my song Senorita. This was
Damn.
like
Okay.
January 2019, and that shit went viral. Like low key, like it hit like over 100,000 views in like less than 24 hours type shit.
Damn.
Um, and that was like the first time where like I guess like online I got like a big kind of rush of like really like people being like, okay, like I'm like a I'm gonna really like fuck with your shit. Like definitely like a lot of hate too, but that's just what happens like on Instagram. But like I probably got like 1,000 like real fans from that post. Like
Yeah.
people that still listen to my shit today, like that tap in from all over the world, bro. It's crazy. Like from Africa, New Zealand, like you know what I'm saying, like all over people that really be fucking with my shit. Um,
And like they just posted that out of nowhere. Like you didn't expect it. You didn't tell. Like they just picked it up. Like just found it, picked it up, posted it.
so like my camera crew that I was saying before, they had like a connection and shit. So
Ah, okay.
they had like put up the word, yeah, like showing love and shit. Um, and then they had thrown my shit up, but yeah, that was with it was a song I did with Die Prophecy, who's the artist I was saying before,
Hmm.
that I used to lock in with a lot. So yeah, that was like big. And like what was kind of crazy, bro, at that time, it was like that was when like nowadays, bro, these pages post like 80 posts a day or whatever,
Yeah.
right? It's like a bunch of shit. But that like back like 2018, 2019, that was when it was like it would post like 4 posts a day or something like that. And they were like very particular with what they would post. So I
Hmm.
remember that day it was like it was Meek Mill had like they had posted Meek Mill snippet for his new song, Trippy Red's snippet for his new song.
Hmm.
It was like a snippet of Blueface like freestyling, and then it was my song. So it was like us four,
Yeah.
and like our shit had gotten more views than all of them, and I was like, what the
Damn.
fuck?
Really?
Like
Yeah.
really? Like, it was like
Not bad
it was
company to have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think like Meek and Trippy got like 90,000, and then like Blueface got like 80,000 or some shit, and
Yeah,
then my shit was like 100 and change, like in less than 24 hours. So I was like, hold on, like I could probably do something with this shit. Like if my shit is kind of right next to their shit and it's going up a little bit. So that was definitely cool. And I had oh, matter of fact, like a little before that, because this shit is something I want to still kind of see what I could do with. I was trying to get a song with Smoke Perp. I had talked to him a couple times. I had FaceTimed him and shit.
yeah.
Um, and he was super cool. Like I was like we was trying to chop it up and figure something out. He was telling me to pull up to the studio. He had one in the city. I think it was in Manhattan and shit. I'm not gonna say like the price just because I don't want to speak on his business like that, but like
Yeah.
I was back in like 2018. He had just made Double XL. Um, he was giving me like a really good deal. Like he was blessing it. Like some shit that like at that time that was like when he was at the height of his career.
You get to go to
Um,
the studio with him too. Like he's not just sending it over. That so that'd be a crazy experience just to be in the studio with him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was like pull up on me, boom, boom, boom. And basically what it was, this was back like 2018, like before this post that I was just talking about. But basically what it was, bro, was like I was getting money back then. Like I was just making some smart moves. Like I was just very hungry. Like but like what he was saying that he would fuck with me for, like I definitely had the bread, but it was kind of like the most of my bread.
Yeah.
And that was like before I had any music videos that I wanted to market out. That was like right when I found my sound. So
Ah.
I was like, all right, should I spend this bread on a Smoke Perp verse, or should I shoot a bunch of music videos for my own shit, put money towards my own marketing? Because I had just found my sound that I was telling you about that I thought I was gonna run with.
Yeah.
So I was like, do I invest in myself, in my own song, my own videos, launch, or do I throw this shit on a Smoke Perp verse? And I just told him like, yo, bro, like I'm gonna make some other moves right now. Like I appreciate you kind of getting up with me, bro. Like we go definitely lock in when it's time, but right now I'm about to do some other shit for real. Um, and I'd be thinking like if I should have, maybe fucked around, but at the same time, I feel like I might have not been ready for that shit, bro. I was like 17.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a big moment. Like going to the studio in Manhattan, like it might have been a lot. Like now I could definitely slide on him and make some shit. But like, I could have went in there like nervous as hell, made some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it could have,
Exactly.
like
Like you could. It would have been like a cool story. Would have been like a nice like feather in your cap and shit. But like you don't want to be like with like fucking Kid Boo got all three of the Migos on a song and it's just fucking garbage. Like you know what I mean? Like that makes you look a
he has
lot
some,
worse. What?
he has some shit with Amigos.
Yeah, all three of them, and he's got a music video with them too.
Oh, I had no idea, bro. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Back when he was in Toronto, he paid them all too. And like I can imagine, like all three fucking Migos and a video that would have had to been like $100,000 or some shit right there.
That's crazy. So anyway, bro, I just said, fuck it. I'm about to just invest in myself. I was confident in my music. I found my sound, and like one of the songs, Senorita, that shit ended up going viral. So, I mean,
I think you made the right
I kind
choice.
of built my brand that way. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna rock out. Um, so yeah, that shit had happened. So I got a little fan base off that. I just kept working. I was at college like around that time. I'm trying to go to school and shit, which I ended up finishing. But
Yeah,
that was cool because like I was like going around the school because like my shit was going up a little bit. So um, I had all like the frats like fucking with my shit, like playing my music, and people were showing mad love like around my college. So um, that was super cool, and I kind of got a fan base from that too, just kind of being like pulling up to college and like um, being like an artist, like not being with the kids I grew up with that saw me eating PB&Js when we were like 6 years old. Like, you feel me?
yeah,
Like it was like first a clean slate as far as a first impression as an artist. So I
yeah,
just saw how people took it way more serious. Like, just meeting people when I was that age as an artist, like people took me way more serious, like jacked my shit. So I'm glad I went off to school and shit and kind of just built my social skills, built me as an artist and stuff. But
Yeah. So you're
um,
already like buzzing when you went to college. Like you already had like because you said the snippet got 100K. Did that translate to that translated to like you said like 20K, 10K, 20K videos? Like that's
nah, bro, I'm gonna be real. It was like 5, 6K like, on the video, but it was like real fans.
that's
Like
still
they weren't just
decent
like the
though.
view.
Like for a music
Yeah,
video, like from because most artists they'll post a music video when you nobody like knows you and it's like that's pretty decent. Like 5,000, 6,000. Like most small rappers that's their sub count. So if you're getting that consistently, that's like that's good. So
yeah.
and then
But that shit had happened. Like that was like I went viral on Gram. That was like the beginning of my second semester at school. Like that was like the top of the year 2019. So I went off to college like summer 2018 was like my first semester.
yeah,
So I was like in college and then I was like in my dorm and that shit went up and I was like, oh shit. You feel me? But
and it was all music. It
yeah,
wasn't like antics or anything like that. It was all just like straight off the music.
I mean I was definitely wilding. Like I was a white kid with hella jewelry, money, like like the song is definitely a little crazy, but like some people was fucking with it, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I was doing something right for it to kind of go up like that. I feel like,
Mm,
um, but yeah, I mean, I just kept making music. I dropped some other shit. Like I had some other blogs pick it up, but ain't really go too crazy. And then like COVID hit, bro. Like you know about all that, man. Like 2020,
yep.
COVID hit. That shit was ass for me. I don't know how you was feeling, bro, but I did not fuck with that shit. That shit had fucked my shit up. Like when COVID first hit in like what is it, March 2020?
Yeah, around
Like,
there.
dude, I was like fucked up, bro. Like I was just mad depressed. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like I honestly had stopped like making music for a little bit. Like I was just in the crib, like what the fuck's going on? Like hella shit had gotten fucked up. They was trying to have me pay all these loans and shit, and like my college shit was getting fucked up. All types of shit, and like I was just like, what's going on? Like I was just like not cool for real. Like that was a definitely a tough time in my life, but um, I had just kind of got out of that shit, and like like summer 2020, bro, was when like everything like I leveled up. Like I just snapped to a whole different perspective, bro. I had made this song called Old News, bro. I still feel like that shit is my best song. I had made that shit like summer 2020.
Mm,
And I had shot the video for that shit. And when that shit dropped, that shit went up. Like that shit had like 20K like the first couple days. And like people was really fucking with that shit. Like I kind of went quiet for a little bit and then came and dropped that shit and like that shit was going up and like I definitely got to send you the song if you ain't hear it. Like people still be bumping that shit, but
yeah,
um
I'll link it
I was
in.
like one of those songs, bro, like where like everyone was just posting it for me and like I didn't have to tell I wasn't like yo like help me promote it like I just had everyone that I knew just like posting that shit on their gram on their Snapchat like showing mad love which I really appreciate like
Mm,
I just had hell shit going um and then basically after that shit I had linked up with GMGB Dato that's like my boy for sure
mm,
I don't know
yep.
if you know him, but you talking about Jersey, bro. Besides Fetty Wap, like he's for sure like one of the coldest artists ever to come out of Jersey, without a doubt. He's got millions, all types of shit. Have you heard of his shit?
No, I haven't. I got to look into it more so though, so I can get more of a feel for what's actually like going on in Jersey. Like what's the actual sound there for sure.
Yeah, nah, he's
He
tough, bro.
he's a good
And he,
representation of like the everybody there. Yeah.
yeah, bro, he started the whole drill wave in like 2015. He's
Okay.
got like yeah, like millions. He has a couple songs with millions. Like he's cold for real, and he's like he's very like genuine. He's real, bro. Like that's like my man's today. Like we had just naturally just kind of built some real shit just on the music. But um, after I had dropped that song "Old News," I ended up getting in contact with him and doing a song with him for real. Um, shit, like I had been to his music, but we was also fucking with the same camera crew that I said before.
Yeah.
So for a couple years, I would see like Upstate Groove. They would like drop they might drop his video and then my video. And on like on like the timeline, like I kept seeing his name, like, and I was like, oh word, like oh no. Um, and then what happened was my engineer had gotten a hold of one of his like unreleased tracks. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Um, because like I don't know, he knew him and he knew them, whatever. Boom, it was going around, whatever the case was. And my engineer like mixed mastered it, like was trying to make it nice. And he was just like, "Yo, Case, like, well, why don't you send it to bro? Like, I don't really know him for real. Like, I feel like you'd be like, seeing his shit and like having your shit be dropping with him, whatever the case is." So I just sent him the song. I just hit him up. Like, I never talked to him before, but I was like, "Yo, like, my engineer has one of your tracks. Boom, boom, boom. Like, here it is, bro." Like, he had mixed and mastered it, whatever the case was.
Hmm.
Um, and then he had saw my track Old News that I was just saying that had like around that time like 2020 had really kind of went up.
Yeah.
And then we was just like, yo, like we should do some shit. He was like, pull up on me. So I had slid on him like back in the hood. Like I probably was a little wild for doing that dolo. Like but I was just like, fuck it. I was just super hungry like with the music, and I was just trying to get up with him. So we had linked up, and we made this track called Ones and Twos, which is crazy. I definitely got to show you that shit too. That was another one that got me like another kind of rush of just like supporters and shit.
Yeah.
We had shot a music video to that shit. That shit dropped in like 2021. Um, that shit went crazy for real. Like we was snapping. Um, and then like from there for real, we had just kind of locked in on some like music shit where we started just kind of running around and doing stuff. I started like booking shows for us, like trying to help him get different shows, and um we was just kind of moving around. Like we had opened up we opened up for the game and OT Genesis. Um I was at speaking of Arizona, I was just telling you that I was out there, but
Yeah.
we had popped out to Arizona to Tucson. We were at the West Coast Music Festival around that time. We had opened up for OT, the game and shit. I was trying to book shows for us in like New York, Jersey, Philly. He had some management that was hooking it up, so we was just kind of running around like getting little money like here and there, and just kind of um doing a bunch of shows and shit like that. Um, and that had a lot of people like watching. You know what I'm saying? People was like, okay, like what is he doing? Um, so that was like 2020, 2021, 2022. Um, that shit was definitely like a big, just a big push where a lot of shit came from that. Like I met a lot of people, and around that time I was doing my own thing too, and I just kind of ran into people in studios, and
Yeah.
um, just started having some industry people like tap in and stuff like that. Like, um, so I would say that was like a crazy time for sure.
Straight out of the house right after COVID, you got a couple hits on your hands. Did you guys make that song like the day you met up with him? He's just like, all right, let's go straight to the studio. You guys made the song the same day.
Nah, for real. We were just kind of kicking it, like smoking and shit. I think I was just showing him music and shit. He was showing me his shit. And we was just generally just kind of gelling, like we was just kind of flowing. Like, I think we was just kicking it for like a couple of days or whatever, and then I pulled up on him again, and he had a studio, and just the energy in the studio was crazy. Like we was just flowing and shit, and we had people in the studio with us that was just like, yo, like you could just like feel the energy, like it was like something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So no, I it took a couple, like a few days, but then we had made that shit, and no, it came out fire for sure. It's called Ones and Twos.
Yeah, you were saying. And then like the music video, you did that a little bit later on, or did like it all drop? Do you always like kind of just drop like song and music video same day? YouTube's kind of more your shit than SoundCloud nowadays, or is it like you drop the song, let it do what it's gonna do, then you capitalize with the video?
I feel like it's all timing, um, time of year, how I'm feeling about the song. I mean, like to be real, bro, I don't really be posting on SoundCloud no more. Um,
Shit's kind of dead,
so
yeah.
I really just be on like, I mean, like I definitely have love for SoundCloud because like I was listening to SoundCloud for so many years, and like that's where I started like to be able to drop music. But I've been on all DSPs for like years and shit. So like I just be pushing my Spotify, Apple Music, um, like Pandora, like all that shit, and then YouTube, of course, just like the videos and shit.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm pretty sure like you can definitely get paid off SoundCloud, but I'd be getting more bread off like Spotify, Apple Music, stuff like that.
yeah. I heard Apple Music's definitely the best for that type of stuff. SoundCloud, I don't know how it works. It's more an aesthetic thing at this point. I feel like to post on SoundCloud, they expect certain types of music, but from the sounds of what you're making, I don't know if you'd really benefit from that SoundCloud thing because they probably wouldn't expect it to be on there anyways. Um, so you said you're able to start tapping in with people, like just you just like happen like you just go to studio sessions that you set up, or like people inviting you to the studio, people knew of you from your music, or it's just like happened.
I would say all the above, like traveling a lot, like just going to different, just being on the road and doing shows, hella places. Just if we're in different cities, just jumping in those studio sessions, meeting people. Like when we was in Arizona, I had met this engineer that I actually just linked back up with. Like now, he's mixing some of my shit right now. Shout out Austin, he's cool as fuck.
Hmm,
Um, so I would just say, bro, traveling, you meet hella people. Um, Also, like if you on Instagram, I feel like it's a good way to network and stuff too.
definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
but for real, bro, I've had the home studio for a minute because I think that's the wave, bro. Like I've been recording from the crib for a while, and then um, I would say I go to more sessions, maybe to catch a new vibe, or if I'm traveling, or maybe to link another artist or whatever the case is. But I feel like it's not smart to only record in the studio because you just be spending so much bread, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be so much per hour. Like I mean, if you have shit ready, like for sure I'm gonna do that. But I'd rather a lot of times just chill in the crib, smoke, be in the studio, maybe write a hook, record it, chill out for an hour, come back, write a couple lines, record a couple lines, like not rush it. Where I feel like in the studio, it's like, oh, here's an hour, here's an hour. Like
Yeah.
you got to almost like force it a little bit. Where I like to kind of let it come naturally, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, like you get the added quality of like that studio definitely has some better sound to it, like than what you're recording at home. But yeah, it's like if you're going to the studio, you probably want to have like 5, 10 songs written, ready to get right in there and do it instead of just letting it come naturally. You're definitely not writing in the studio, I wouldn't imagine, because you don't want to waste the time like really writing. You want to just have your shit, punch in, leave, and that is not a good way to creatively let your like your sound flow. If you just sound like you're just like in a rush, like just to they'll probably come
Yeah,
across.
for sure. Now, I've definitely spent a lot of money on studio time, but I caught myself, and just to be smart, I'm like, all right, like, let me put my money elsewhere into marketing, into videos,
Yeah.
into investments. Let me do different shit. Let me be strategic, like, and stuff like that. But I mean, bro, like, if you sign to a major, whatever the case is, like, they're gonna have a whole budget for you in the studio, and that's not gonna matter.
Yeah, just a personal studio. And I think a lot of people have the idea in their head just like you're in the studio and all the drugs are there and you're just chilling, like drinking, smoking it. And it's like a lot of studios, it's not going to be like that. It's just going to be like a very clean cut type of place. Like,
Yeah, not for sure, definitely.
unless you're in like
But
LA. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, for sure. I'm definitely trying to go to a studio, like in the LA area for sure. Um, I was out there summer 2022. Um, Christine Morel, I don't know if you know her, but she's an artist from LA. I'm pretty sure born and raised. Like she's super dope. She used to be the lady that used to sing the national anthem for the Dodgers.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Like, yeah, but like she's like an artist too, and she had a birthday party out there. She invited me. I had flown out. She showed mad love. She's super cool. She has like a business now, Music Hustler, where she's more like on the business
Yeah.
side of it. But that was my first time in LA. Like, was I guess that was like a year and a half now. But I had slid there, West Hollywood. Like, we had a fire like venue and shit. I popped out to Melrose, met hella people and shit. Just tried to network, but um, yeah, no, I'm definitely trying to go back to LA, bro. Like, it's definitely a vibe. Have you ever been out there?
No, I haven't. I've never even. I've been to America once, and it was Florida. So
Oh shit! Well, where in Florida you went?
Orlando. I was just a
I
kid to
went.
go to Disney World, but I definitely want to go back to Florida at some point. I think there's a lot of potential there for something new to come out of Florida that people aren't expecting. I think so.
Yeah, I'm about to go to Florida in a few weeks. I'm about to go in February. I've never been, bro, for real. I've never been to Florida, but about to go in a few weeks. Like one of my homies, actually my manager Tim, his girlfriend is having like a party and shit. And we're about to get up with her and like all her friends and stuff. But I'm trying to network, bro. I'm trying to like, I have some people out in Florida that in the music scene that I'm cool with. So I might want to have to try to get some shit set up like when I'm out there, just so I can, make it productive if I'm
Yeah.
going out there.
You try to keep like a sober head when you go on these things. Like you, not much of like a drinker, like hard drugs or anything, because you're trying to make sure you present yourself the best when you're networking.
I smoke a lot of weed, but I don't fuck with any drugs. Um, like, I'm like a stoner, bro. I mean, I should probably chill out a little bit. Like I smoke all the time, but it kind of just helps me like relax, like just
Yeah.
unwind and like sometimes clears my head, or I might get inspired. Like if I smoke a little bit, I'll be able to make some music and shit. Like I drink a little bit, but I don't fuck with no real drugs, like
Yeah.
none of those pills or any fuck all that shit. I'm cool.
That wave's over anyways. The fentanyl is fucking killing all that shit. Nobody wants to fuck with that anymore. So
Yeah, bro. I lost a homie to that shit, bro. Um, that was my producer, Adam, bro. He had passed away a couple of years ago.
fuck.
That shit had me fucked up, bro. Like some weirdo like sold him. It's like a perk, and it was laced with fentanyl, and that shit killed my boy, bro. That shit's just sad, bro. Shout out Adam, bro. That shit still hurts, bro. Like I be thinking about bro all the time. Like that was like my dog. Like
Yeah.
that should be crazy.
And people don't even
But yeah,
realize like they think it's just like the addicts and shit that are out. It's like just anybody. Like it just gets to. It's in every it could be your first time ever just trying drugs, and it's just like they slap some fucking fentanyl in there, and you're just that's it. If you don't have Narcan on scene, like fucking
yeah, that
insane.
shit's lame, bro. I'm not fucking with any of that. I'm cool. I'm gonna just smoke a little bit, maybe
Yeah.
have a drink or something, chill out.
Yeah. Fuck all that. You don't need to be like in the studio fucking tweaking out, fucking punching holes in the wall and like. And besides, like you've seen how many rappers just ruin their whole careers just like being fucked up on drugs. They just can't do anything. They can't make music, and
That shit slows you down. I mean, like, I definitely have friends that be doing certain shit, so I'm not like hating. Like, do you like if you a grown ass man, you can do whatever you want to do. But just personally, like, I'm not fucking with that shit. Like, I want to accomplish too many things. Like, I'm too focused to have some drugs be something to stop me or slow me down or whatever. Like, I could never let that type of shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
no, especially with the type of shit you're doing, and you probably feel like you're on drugs anyways, just like from life, high on life, like going different states, getting to check different things out, like making music. Is that kind of just the plan, like just to keep like leveling up with the video production and doing shows? Is there like plans that like you want to sign a deal, or you kind of like not sure how to feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like I'm on my business shit where, you know, I've had like a few conversations with like some independent, like smaller kind of labels and shit. Like I've tried a couple things out. Um, I've had like like there's been some like bigger labels that have like seen my shit, but like or like watched my shit sometimes, but like I don't know. I feel like if I had a real like if it was time for a real meeting with a major, like I would definitely want to come correct as far as just like I'm reading every line of that contract. You know, I know exactly what I'm signing. I know why I'm signing. I know what's gonna happen month one, two, year one, year two.
Yeah.
I'm not rushing into nothing. Like I'm gonna look over that shit. And that's not to say like fuck the labels. Like nah, not at all, bro. Like it would be dope as hell to sign if it was the right situation and it was the right people and the right team. Like record labels definitely like bring you to a whole nother level. And there's definitely some cool people that work at that shit, you know. But
Yeah.
I just be seeing certain artists like move too fast or like sign the wrong deals and like get shelved or like just not know what they're getting into beforehand and like that can kind of slow you down. So
Oh yeah.
when that time comes, you know, I want to make sure it's the right situation. I want to work with the people. I want them to want to work with me. I want to be able to provide value, help them out, you know, vice versa, make it a real partnership, you know.
Yeah. It's nice that you have kind of a level head on that because that's like the first like genuine I think response I've gotten to that question. Most people are either like, "Fuck yeah, I want to make $1 million off my music," or they're just like, "Fuck the labels. The labels are going to destroy everything." And I feel like there is a good middle ground where if you can get the right deal and you're not the star of the label, like you know what I mean, like you can get because if you're signed as the star of the label, they're going to make you do things you probably don't want to do. But that's like for the big money. That's for like the 2 million. You know, you're getting 2 million, but they own your soul. They're doing what the fuck they want with your music. They're gonna tell you what to do. They're gonna write your shit. They're gonna make your persona. They're gonna make you those types of deals. I feel like those are the ones where it's like fuck that type of shit because they're investing big
But it's
money. It's like you said, you know, like you invest in things hoping to see a return.
yeah, for sure. But like the fact that like you brought that type of shit up, I would love to be in those rooms though, like having those conversations, like having like, you know, the label be like, yo, we should roll the project out this way, Case, or do that. Like I'm all about like collaboration where I think it'd be super dope to, you know, sit down with labels
Yeah,
and you know, work together and have something like move and like game plan, bounce ideas off each other. Like that shit is like super just in the right direction. That's what I'm saying. If you have the right situation, like absolutely, bro. If it feels right, it feels right. Like I'm all about like just collabing and just helping other people grow too.
yeah. I guess it comes down to like how much do you value like being your own boss?
Definitely want to have creative control,
Hmm.
you know, and but you know, personally, bro, anytime that I feel like someone might know more about a subject than I do, or if I think that, you know, it should be the person maybe taking this shot right now, like I'm a definitely ass off, you know, like, you know, I'm not trying to take the shine all the time. Like I don't need to control everything, you know, like if I believe in you and I trust you for certain stuff, like I'm gonna absolutely like salute, like let you do your thing, like give you credit for sure. Like, um, but yeah, I mean, stuff that I believe in and I know that, you know, the right thing to do, like I definitely want to be able to direct it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And you're a little bit older and you've been in it a little bit longer, so you have more of a straight head and seen a little bit more of the industry. So they're not going to be as likely to be able to just trick you with like a super sweet deal that you're just going to be like, fuck it, I just started making music. You know, I'm going to sign that.
Yeah, yeah. Like, bro, like be real with me and I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm gonna always be real, but if I feel like you playing around with me, like I'm not gonna keep communicating with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely like positive and like have good intentions, but like if I feel like you're not in my corner, like I have no reason to stick in your corner. I'm gonna just go do
Yeah,
something else, you know?
because you see that happen a lot of times with rappers too, where it's like kind of I would compare it's like Little Skies versus Juice World, where it's like Little Skies had the whole thing where it's like I can't have anybody around me, everybody's a fake. I don't want that's just gonna make you miserable. Where Juice World just had like too many people around him, where he's just like everybody's my friend. You know what I mean? Like you gotta in the industry, unfortunately, there's gonna be people who come with bad intentions, so you got to know how to weed them out. But you can't just be by yourself; you'd be fucking miserable. Like no friends, can't trust anybody. So has that been hard to navigate for you?
I mean, I feel like I got a good bullshit detector. Like, I feel like I can tell if you just like not genuine, or I can just tell if you not like telling the truth. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm good at like reading people, you know, where I can kind of just tell like, you know, if you solid and I should be helping you out, or you know, if you just kinda on some weird shit. Like,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I've definitely had a you know, a lot of people that used to hate on my shit, like try to come back around and be like, oh bro, like I know I used to you know, like say that you should not make music, but like, bro, like you're actually like fire type shit, you know, boom, boom. And like, it's just like, all right, like for me, it's not even like, fuck you, nah, bro, like you was hating, nah, nah, nah. It's not even like that. Like, it's just like, yo, like, I appreciate it, but like, respectively, like, I'm not trying to like be your best friend and chill with you, bro, for real. But like,
yeah,
you know, like, I appreciate the support. And like, I got no bad intentions towards you. And like, I wish you all the best going forward. I hope you win and do what you got to do. But like, I'm gonna keep people around me that like actually fuck with me, you know?
yeah. That when the time came when you didn't have anything, you knew they still fucked with you, not just people who come around when food's on the table. But you know what I mean. If you're putting food on the table, they'll come around. But if you had nothing, they would leave. Like kind of like Fat Joe said, had 40 people around him. He went broke. Only four stuck with him.
Facts, bro. And you can also figure out a lot of shit if you stop hitting people up and just see who hits you up,
Yeah,
you know? Or even just see who answers, you know what I'm saying? Like people are busy for sure, so I'm not saying like you gotta be hitting my phone all the time, but I'm just saying like you can kind of get a sense for who's actually solid and who's not, you know?
yeah. I'm definitely ready for that second part of it where the people who aren't fucking with me come back around and want to work because it's like I just got the first half of it where it's just like nobody fucks with me. So,
Oh, from the YouTube shit?
yeah, just like from where I'm from, nobody does, but like people on the internet definitely are like having a reaction to it, which I think is kind of crazy.
And bro, see, like if you fuck with it, bro, you should definitely keep going because that's the thing, bro. Like people like people that you might grow up with like might not understand what you're doing or might think that shit's funny or whatever the case is. But half the time they're not really doing shit themselves, bro. Like they got really have no emotion for real. Um, but like once you start doing something with it, then people are like, oh shit, like he's actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
if you fuck with that shit, bro, keep doing that for sure.
we're definitely like in out here. It's like dead as fuck, and it's like I remember the first interview I ever did with was with Drown Billy. If you've heard of him, he's a pretty dope artist.
Millie, nah, I don't think so, bro. I gotta tune in.
He's from New York. He's like kind of trap metal, but he's kind of changed his style. He's more of like a he's kind of been going viral lately because a lot of people are saying his music reminds them of like 2016, 2017. So he's kind of been blowing up on the rap pages recently again. Like he was big. He's also in with Burncast. But anyways, he was saying like he's from New York, so I'm thinking like obviously being from a little place in Canada, I'm like New York is like huge, and he's like, nah, it's dead. I was from an island in New York, you know what I mean? Like one of the, and he's like, the best thing I ever did was just fucking leave. It was scary as fuck to do, but when you live in a place like this, nobody will ever do anything. They just do drugs. They do the same shit forever, and I'm like, damn, I got to get that moment where I just like leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, bro. And that way you're gonna get different perspectives, bro. Like you're gonna see life like from different angles. You know, it's gonna help you grow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have more clarity for certain like important shit in your life or just certain situations that you might have only looked at them one way before, but like I feel like it's gonna open your mind, bro. Yeah, you should definitely travel, move around, do new shit, meet new people, bro.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because every artist has from all these videos I've done, it's given me kind of to see each person's blow up. You can kind of see patterns, and it's like every artist basically has that one moment when they do the thing that they need to do to really like get to the next level. Like it's like whether it's like Ghostmane moving to LA for the first time, or like somebody spending all their fucking money to open for like to get somewhere to open for this artist for the first time, or like the one studio session where it's like, they just take that leap. And I mean, there's probably a lot of cases of artists we haven't heard of who took that leap and just flop out of nowhere, but like everybody that I've covered, it's like pushed them to the next level. Like there's always that moment.
Nah, definitely, bro. And like I'd be definitely trying to expand and make different music, bro. Like when I was in Arizona, I just tried like the that Drake drill wave, but is he be having like the sad samples.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So like I was just trying to experiment with some shit like that. Like I'm not trying to sound like Drake. I sound nothing like Drake. I have my own sound. I'm doing my own thing, but like I just be trying to like try out different types of music, try to grow that way, like not stay with one thing. Like I had put out a mixtape or no, it was an EP. It was like 5 songs um in 2020. Like right after I started kind of going up a little bit, I dropped Old News I was telling you about, linked up with Dato. We had made ones and twos. But before I dropped ones and twos, I put out this little EP called Versatility.
Yeah.
Um and it was like a whole different shit. Like it was more like R&B, like hip hop, kind of like melodic, type of sing rap type of shit. Um, and that shit had like older people fucking with my shit, like people like my parents' age and shit, like
Yeah.
60s, 50s, 40s. Like they was like that got me some supporters from like the older generation being like, yo, like this shit is cool. I had like some really cool features on that shit too. I had shout out Nehemiah Serenity. She's super fire. She's a singer. Um, I believe she's from North Carolina. I could be wrong, but I think she moved to LA.
Yeah.
Um, but I had locked in with her. She has a couple songs we have on that shit. We have Trip with Me. We have Don't Phase Me remix. Um, I had I had I had got connected with her. You know Warhol
Oh yeah, Warhol
from the
SS.
Yes, like she was like a mutual friend of his. Boom Boom Boom, and I had gotten in contact with her, and then we had made some shit.
Oh, yeah, he's a dope artist for sure.
Yeah. He was in Jersey, bro. I was trying to like we was talking. I was trying to get up with him, but it just didn't work out. Like timing wise, he was only here for a little while.
Yeah. From what I've heard
He's
about
tight.
him, rap isn't his main source of income, so he
For
does a lot of different other shit. But no, I think that's cool that you're like trying different styles because I feel like people reject that a lot, where it's like you get stuck in a box at a certain point in your career where it's just like they only want to hear one sound from you, but at the same time, then they get upset that you're making the same sound because it's like look at like the baby Polo G. They're like stop making the same type of fucking music, but yet Enely Chopper tried to experiment with a different type of sound, and people that got 6K fucking first week. Like people did not fuck with that at all. So
I just feel like you just gotta do you, bro. You just gotta do whatever you feel is right. Definitely like try to be smart though for the time and the game and what people are saying, but I just feel like if you fuck with it and like you are confident, you feel it, bro. Like that's gonna be the best decision ever versus trying some forcing some shit that people want to see, but that's not you, you know.
yeah, like it's definitely for me personally, like it's good and bad because I feel like there's a certain moment in your career where you got to put out that album that really defines you, and you want that to kind of be more similar to the sound that you're more comfortable with. You don't want that to be too experimental because there are artists who came up with something super experimental right out the gate, then people don't know what to think. But at the same time, I feel like for me, when I listen to a project, if you have 5 songs on that project that sound completely different, I'm going to be way more intrigued to listen through the entire thing than if it's like an 8 song project and it's like all the songs, are variations of the same style, I'm like, okay, I kind of get the point by song three. I probably won't. I'll probably tune it out.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So, but yeah. So, uh, besides that, what's next? What can we expect? What's going to be the next step that you can talk about at least?
Yeah, for sure. Did you see the snippet I just posted on Instagram? I think it was yesterday or the day before.
I don't know. Like I said, definitely send me a couple of your songs too, because I want to happen a
Yeah,
lot more
yeah.
with the music. I can react. I'll probably react to some of it too in the next video I do on that. If you're up for that.
Yeah, bro. I just previewed this. I tried like a Jersey drill, more like turn up shit because I had some people asking me to try that shit.
Yeah.
And I just posted a little snippet the other day on my story, and like people are fucking with it. Everyone's telling me to drop that shit. I'd put this girl in the beginning. She had left me this voicemail. It's funny. And then it comes in and like it's like some Jersey like the drill shit. And people was like, "Yo, what? Like, you got to drop this one." So I might put that out next. But like I was saying before, I have hella songs right now ready, like visuals, trailers, like video content ready, like just marketing plans, like so I'm just trying to be strategic with it this year. Just try to get everything moving.
Yeah.
I put out a project like last spring called Flexibility, where it's kind of like a mix of like the rap hip hop shit, and like the R&B type of shit. You heard of Jesus Hancho or not?
Yeah. He sounds familiar. I think I've heard that name floating around a little bit.
Well, I feel like people think it's Jesus Hancho. Maybe that might be. Um,
It's like one
I've
of
been
those.
locked in with him.
Yeah.
Like he's my project. He's cool. He had that one song. Well, he's got a bunch of songs, but people know him a lot from this shit called "Infatuated" that went like viral on SoundCloud back in the day. Like he's dope.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. If it sounds like one of those artists that you hear in connection to like other, like when you kind of like somebody like Man Savage just popping up constantly in everything I'm doing right now. It's like he's just like one of those you kind of hear his name here and there because I'm pretty sure I have heard of him before. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not for sure.
but
Um,
was that like kind of your type of thing? Do you like you always drop in snippets, visuals, everything constantly, or is it like you kind of like reel it back? So when you do drop something, it's like people notice it more. You just try to keep the attention on you constantly, like dropping, being like, okay,
yeah, no, that's a good question, bro. I have different phases. I feel like where um, I be trying certain shit out. Like sometimes I might go quiet for a minute, come back, and that will work. Um, Other times it won't. Um, Staying in their face sometimes will work. Sometimes I feel like I might be just doing too much, so I might have to not be so accessible, visible. Like but at the same time, you gotta for sure be putting out stuff. So yeah, I'd be just trying to mix it up and just see time of year, what works and stuff like that. But definitely, I'm about to flood this year. Like that's what I'm just excited about. Just having hella shit kind of come and um be strategic with it. Kind of just boom, boom, boom. Like just hit them with a bunch of shit. Um, like in a row, where I just keep coming and I'm consistent and like have the right look and everything. That's kind of my next push right now, I would say.
yeah, 2024 is the year.
Yeah, for sure. I'm feeling good, bro. This year's about to be crazy. I'm feeling like super good energy just walking into it. How are you feeling this time of year?
Good, actually. Like usually, I hate January. It's like cold, dark, especially in Canada. It gets dark at 5 o'clock, but I'm like, nah, this year is gonna be something different. I feel like you can kind of start to feel 2021, 2022, 2023. That's a wave in itself. I feel like that's kind of coming to an end, and like I can start to feel like something new's happening. Like it's been too factory like boxed in music wise. Nothing really news comes since the whole opium thing, and I think this year is going to be like we're gonna see this is gonna be a defining year, whether 2016 or 2017 or any year like that. It's gonna be that's how I'm feeling, and I'm hoping that's gonna come true.
Facts, bro. I'm hoping COVID is super out the door. Like I hope it's like a year where it's like it feels like pre-COVID.
Yeah, because
Like
that's the thing. Like COVID definitely has been hanging out. 2023 not so much. It's the first real year, but it's like
that shit.
there's it's still a little mixed. Like it's still a little this year I think it's like all right, we're out of it. If you're still living in it, like time to move on.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, for sure, bro. I totally get, definitely some people lost family and, a lot of shit kind of went on, but I think it's time to really, I mean, I feel like you were just saying it's kind of been in the past, but, I feel like we really gotta live life.
Yeah, it is and it isn't because like you had all those we back outside tour type shit that was dropping in 2021 and 2022, and I just feel like that never like they jumped the gun and it kind of never like that could have been a really cool moment if it was like everybody's like we're the back outside tours, but I feel like people did them too early, and then it kind of like fucked up all that. Now people are back to live shows, but it's kind of like they're still a little apprehensive to really like do a fucking massive tour or like the people to come out and really fucking turn up. Like people are still a little awkward because they haven't been outside, they haven't been talking to people, they haven't really, and they're still like, I'll go to a show, but am I really gonna turn up? Like that's, you know.
For sure. Nah, I feel that, bro. Like, have you gone to shows in Canada? Like, do you be going to the concerts and stuff, or?
I mean, there's shit that comes here, but it's like all like older people music, like stuff my parents would like. If you Canada's so much different than America. Like what people don't realize is like everything that comes out of Canada is from Toronto in Ontario. Like basically, that's like the city. If you want to make music, if you want anything, basically, if American acts come here, they go to Toronto. I mean, we got Annalie Choppa in Nova Scotia, and that was like a huge deal over here because everybody I knew went to that shit. Like
Mm,
the biggest artist we
yeah.
get where I'm from is Dax. You know him?
Oh yeah, yeah. He is he like the YouTuber too?
Yeah, he's like a YouTuber rapper or whatever. I don't want to hate on him or whatever, but yeah, he's I don't know. He's big and he's not.
Didn't he diss Tory Lanez? Isn't and Tory Lanez is from Canada.
Yeah, Tory Lanez is from yeah. He's like Tory Lanez I consider like the biggest well, the weekend's from here too. But Tory Lanez I feel like I consider like the biggest truly Canadian artist because he actually puts on for Canada. Like he mentions it, he talks about it. Like Drake is our biggest guy, but he's basically like he's from Canada, but he did all this shit in America. He doesn't talk about Canada. He doesn't do anything for Canada. I don't find like yeah, he'll the dot like not like I'm just as a Canadian or whatever. Like he's definitely very held in high regard, but I don't find he really puts on like he should for the country. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, you would know, bro. Like you from there. I definitely fuck with Tory Lanez. Like I grew up on him. Like I was like or not like grew up as a little kid, but like all in high school and shit. Like from like 2015, I was definitely bumping all his mixtapes, like the new Torontos and shit. Like
yeah,
he's dope. He's versatile as hell. Like he has like platinum. He got like platinum R&B albums, but then be going bar for bar with like the top MCs. Like that shit's a talent, bro. Like you gotta salute. Like that's just respect. Like on some
yeah.
music shit, like you just got like, damn, like
It's
for
pretty
sure.
devastating. Like when found out that he's like going away for such a long time. It's like fuck. Like
Yeah, bro. I get it. It's a crazy situation.
yeah,
Definitely a crazy situation. But I'm always fuck with him. Whatever. Just cause I was young as hell, fucking with the music
yeah.
before anything came up and shit. So
That's how I feel
I
too.
think
Like
he's
I remember he was always around like 2018 when I was really into all those different rappers, and he was somebody who was like consistent because I seen so many people like come and go. But it's like like Tory Lane's always gonna put out something solid every year, and then it's like fuck, like got caught up on that shit, and I was like, I don't know, I can't speak on the actual situation, but just as an artist, it's like you hate to see good artists like just not be able to do their craft anymore, like whether it's like if it's something heinous, like where it's like, touching a kid or something, it's like, okay, I won't listen anymore. I don't care. But like, it does suck to see like time and time again people go to jail.
Yeah, bro, it's tough, bro. It's definitely tough. I feel like if you got a talent and you're passionate about it, you should just do your best to be smart and really make sure that you capitalize and give it your all with that and try not to get distracted. It's hard, but
Yeah,
I
stick
think
to
I
it.
think you should.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming out and to spending time to tell me about your career and everything that's going on with you. It was a good
Sure.
conversation to have. And like I said, if there's anything like you want to promote before we wrap it up, or any last message you want to give to anybody who's watching.
Yeah, and I just want to shout out some people that I feel like have just helped me, and like I just want to give them some recognition. Like um, shout out my manager, Tim. He's like a business tour manager for me. Like he's super business savvy. Like be just helping line stuff up. Very smart guy. Shout out my other manager, Jordan. He's more on like the social media kind of branding side of shit. Um, Shout out Dato. Shout out Jesus Ancho. Shout out my boy Adam, RIP. Um, yeah, shout out shout out Shy Prophecy. I used to make hella music with him. He's dope. Um, yeah, definitely, bro. Tune into my project, Flexibility, bro. I got some cool features. I got Pacino on there. That's Famous Dex's man's. He was on Trippy Red's Love Letter to You, first project. He's dope. Um, Shout out Gigi Fernandez. She's fire. She's a fire singer from LA. She's on my project. She's super cool. Um, yeah, nah, bro. Definitely stay in tune, bro. I got hella shit coming. If you haven't seen my music video for Out of Town, you gotta see that shit. That shit went up a little bit. That
Yeah.
shit going crazy. I got the shit on the way, bro. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, bro. Casetheace underscore. Um, it's Casetheace on all platforms, all DSPs, all that, bro. Tune in.
Awesome. All right. Appreciate you. Good one.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, bro. I appreciate it, Twist. Appreciate the time.